Hello, hello, hi there. Welcome to Invitation to Hyperfixation. I'm your host, Alaura. This is a podcast where we deep dive into your favorite people's favorite things, the things they can't stop talking about, obsessing over, and just generally loving. And who knows, maybe you'll have an up at your next trivia game. This week, we're putting a I nailed that. That's good for the content. This week, we're putting our pedal to the metal and diving into the world of Formula One. The speed, the strategy, and the absolute chaos that keeps the fans on the edge of their seats. From rivals to racing to rituals, it's the rush that comes with loving something that's full throttle. Joining us is a creator, gamer, and former comedian, Jack Buzza. Hi.
That's me.
That's you.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I tried really hard to make sure I didn't put a space between your name just then when I said it.
Yeah, you sent me the intro.
I know.
I know there was a space.
I know there was a space. Not like Red Bull, I'm sorry.
No.
I know. So we're talking Formula One.
We are talking Formula One, yes.
Okay, are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Okay.
I love Formula One.
So I know nothing about Formula
At all?
I know very little. I know cars.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's it. Did you know there was Formula 2?
No?
Yeah, there's Formula 2 and Formula 3
What's that for?
and Formula 4. It's like the lead up to Formula 1.
Oh, okay. I
It's
couldn't
like
tell if
the-
you like just...
No, I'm not kidding. No, it's actually, yeah.
Okay.
Like Formula 1's like the top and then there's
Oh.
like the lower grades. sort of.
Okay. So do they have to, like, is it like heat type thing where they like have to go and beat the levels to get to the big bad boss? And it's
Sort
just
of.
them?
Sort of.
Okay.
Sometimes, very rarely, a driver will skip.
Okay.
So there is one driver on the grid now, Verstappen, skipped Formula 2
Okay.
because Red Bull offered him a seat straight out of 3. But
Damn.
it is very, very unusual.
Okay. Is that even legal?
They have to get an exemption for it.
Mm-hmm,
Like for this, the license they need, they
Yeah.
need to get the exemption.
Okay. Amazing. Good fun times.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this for?
So Formula 1 content or just liking Formula 1?
Liking Formula One, because I feel like I turned around one day and you were like,
And I was, hey, I do Formula 1 now.
and I was like, that's not Minecraft.
Yeah, so I was doing gaming content for the last few years. And
Yeah.
then at the start of this year, I was a GP. I was like, oh, I'm going to make a funny Instagram reel. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to put it on TikTok because TikTok was all the gaming stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to make a funny Instagram reel
Yeah.
and call the two best drivers in the world, YouTubers and
Oh, no.
streamers.
Yep.
It made a lot of people mad.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just didn't get the
Rage bait.
joke. They didn't get it.
How would they?
And that got 1 million views. So I was like, I'm going to do it again.
Hell
That was
yeah.
funny. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, do it again. Like, it's funny watching all the rage bait. So I did it again. That got 1 million views. So I was like, you know what? Let's see. And my manager at the time, he loved Formula 1.
Yeah.
So he was like, no, I reckon we can do this.
I love that.
And so I just like knuckled down, started doing Formula 1 content as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been watching Formula 1 since like 2008.
Very nice. Okay. This is a long passion for you.
Yeah, so my dad used to take me to all the races. We went with Williams BMW
Yeah.
when that was still there. And we've still got a signed
Aw,
BMW Williams
That's
hat.
really sweet.
And when I was there, the only Australian on the grid was Mark Webber.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, oh yeah, let's support Mark Webber. He's the only Aussie.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And he had just moved to Red Bull.
Mhm.
So I was a Red Bull supporter and now I work very closely with Red Bull, which is a big round circle moment.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Aw, I wasn't sure where that was going and then it ended up very nice. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is awesome. Okay. So girl talk, as someone who knows nothing, how would you explain Red Bull to myself?
Like Red Bull Racing or like
Sorry.
the big company?
F1.
Oh, F1?
I'm like, explain energy drinks to me. Jack, I know nothing. I've only had 3 today.
I maintain that Formula One's probably the easiest sport to get into.
Okay.
Not obviously
I'm going to become a
partaking.
racer. He's
Yeah,
just
not
told me that it's
partaking
the
in
easiest.
it. Definitely the most expensive
I have
sport to,
my driver's
to
license.
do that. But it's at its core, it's very simple.
Okay.
And because Formula One management have an insane media budget, it's very televised.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's televised in almost every country in the world, either through Sky Sports, through local channels. I think it's on BBC or what used to be on BBC. So it's very easy to watch and they give you a nice graphic so you can
Aw.
see who's leading, what their name is, what team they drive for, how far ahead they are.
Yeah.
So if you just sat down and watched a race, you could very easily pick up who was where.
Yeah.
And it only really gets complicated when there's like super like penalties, like super specific penalties, which don't happen often. But the Sky Sports commentators explain
Okay.
like, oh, there's a penalty because he made contact and it wasn't like racing contact. Like he left the track and then came back unsafe, so he's going to get a penalty for that. So they explain what happens, which I think you don't see in any other sport.
Not to my knowledge. I've been trying to get into the sports recently, and it's been very confusing. So I could definitely For some reason, I thought this was a very like intense, high, intricate sport.
Well, it is if you look into it.
Okay,
but you can enjoy it without knowing all the rules.
Okay, cool. Because I did watch the F1 movie. That is my homework for this.
Yeah,
was mildly confused. But mainly I was asking the dumb questions. Like, there was people in the movie that were actual racers and things like that. And I think I've already spoken to you before. I've asked, like, who are the children? Why are there children singing with them?
Yeah, so for the anthem, like, they get kids from the country and they kind of, like, each racer gets a kid.
Yeah, but the person I was with was just like, I don't know. Why are you asking me that? Like, he was like, I just told you that the actual racers are in the film. Why do you care about the kids? And I was like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, the racers, there were most of the racers in the film, yeah.
Do you think that it's a good representation of the sport, or do you think it's good as a generalization to get people to watch?
I think it's definitely good to get people to watch. I think the story, I didn't care for the story, but they did the racing scenes really, really well.
Yeah.
And they did, like, all the racing scenes, like the proper ones, are actual races.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So what they did was on Formula One cars, there's a bunch of cameras.
Yeah.
And each camera has super specific guidelines on weight, size, everything.
Yeah.
So on the races they filmed, I think they used like historical footage as well, but they used footage from like Mexico, Abu Dhabi last year,
amazing.
Stuff like that. Like they filmed everything during the actual Formula One races. So
I was wondering how they did that.
Yeah, last year, like the podium, one of the podium scenes, they actually got from.
Okay.
Like they put Brad Pitt up there with the other racers that were like going to be there. So they put everyone on the actual podium, and all the crowd was just all real because they were all there for the actual Grand Prix.
Okay.
But yeah, so they would swap out one of the cameras on the car, the pod camera, which was sort of behind the driver's head up here. There's a little like wing that sticks out.
Yeah.
And they replaced it with a custom made like 4K HDR cinema camera that was like the size of a GoPro basically.
Wow, okay. That is, ooh.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I was like, this looks so real. Like, the budget must have been blown just trying to recreate.
Yeah, so they didn't recreate it. So Brad Pitt drove an F2 car.
Yeah, okay.
Not an F1 car because F1 cars are much more expensive, but they basically took an F2 car and made it look like an F1 car.
That is insane. I know I was told, you can verify for me, that the flip that happens in the movie, I'm not going to try to spoil too much, there's a flip that happens.
Yep.
That was based off a real flip.
A real accident, yeah.
Yeah. Which
that
actually happened?
Yeah, it was very unusual. It doesn't usually happen.
Yeah.
The cars, especially nowadays, kind of stick to the ground because they've got like kind of cutouts and wind tunnels that go underneath and kind of suctions it to the ground. But yeah, that was a very unusual crash. But the footage from that crash is insane.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that the movie was not good for fanatics of Formula One because obviously there was a few things like, that could never happen. Oh, that's against the rules.
Yeah.
But for people who, maybe kind of just watch F1 casually or have never watched F1, the racing scenes are definitely very enjoyable to watch.
I got into it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Like I would actually watch F1 after that, but also after just giving you dumb lines, which I'm about to ask another one.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So what's the, does the red make them go faster?
Does red red does make them go faster. But I don't know what's going on with Ferrari this year. They've clearly used the wrong hue of red.
That's very important. Yeah. It's a very specific type of red.
Yeah, it is very specific, yeah.
Okay, who is your favorite driver and why is it Lightning McQueen?
Why is it Lightning McQueen? Because he's red. He's the fastest, right? Yeah.
Okay. But who is actually your favorite driver?
Well, because I'm a Red Bull fan.
Yes.
I do like Verstappen.
Yeah.
But I also like Piastri, not just because he's Australian, but because his manager is Mark Webber.
Okay. Yep. The one that.
But yeah, Verstappen and Piastri are very, very similar. They're both very much just there to race, and they don't like all the media attention.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Would you think you'd be in for the media attention? Would you do the tree pose?
The T pose. The
George T-pose.
Yeah, T.
Oh, this whole week they've been talking about it. I thought they were saying tree.
No, yeah, the T pose, the George Russell T pose. No, I don't think I would ever.
You don't think you'd ever tree pose?
No, I think even he's getting sick of the T pose.
Is that like a thing, or is that just like he did it one time and it was a joke, or is that like an actual thing?
Well, that's his celebration. So every racer has like their own celebration.
Okay.
And that's his, and it's in the like intro sequence.
Aww.
So he kind of, when he wins a race, he's expected to do it. And the last race he won, which was Baku.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Baku. Whatever last week was. Baku was the week before.
Yeah.
The one after Baku, I can't remember what it was. Singapore.
Okay.
He was very reluctant to do that. He was like, but yeah, it's quite funny.
So you've been following this, and it goes around the globe.
Yes.
Yes. How do you go with the time zones? Because I remember there was one time that I was like, okay, like I'm heading out, and you were like, well, I'm staying up because it's in another country and I need to watch it.
Yeah, Australia, we do get the short end of the stick in terms of time zones, and it is a little bit annoying because the Americans will complain, or the Europeans will complain when it's the opposite leg. And we're like, guys, this is us 18 rounds a year. There's 24 rounds, 18 of them are in bad time zones.
Yes.
So like Australia obviously is fine.
Yep.
China fine, Japan fine, Singapore fine.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few others, like Baku wasn't too bad.
Yep.
That aren't bad. I think the only American one is Vegas. That's a good time because it's a night race.
Mm-hmm.
Austin is this weekend. I think
no.
sprint qualifying's at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
The race is at 4 a.m. And that's too late for me to just stay up and watch. So I got to go to sleep, wake up super early, watch the race, and then immediately start doing my video. And I'm just going to be so tired for that one.
Oh, you're going to be so...
But yeah, terrible times.
Not good.
Yeah.
Really dumb one. Is it offensive to give a racer a screwdriver?
A screwdriver?
Yeah.
No.
Just feels like a, hey, screwdriver. I thought about that one at 2 a.m. and I laughed really hard.
I mean, it depends who you ask. There have been a few instances this season where the drivers have left the pits for practice with like the pit crew's forgotten to take the tools out of the cockpit.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, and so they've been going around and they're like, what is like someone I think left an iPhone.
What the fuck?
In there. Verstappen had a cloth or like a rag that someone had forgotten to move out and he had to throw it.
Oh my God.
Like he had to move over to off the racing line and kind of throw it off out because he found that was the safest thing to do because otherwise it could get stuck in all the...
Oh my God.
So yeah, there's been some funny fails.
Oh no.
So it depends on who you give the screwdriver to. There might be some...
They might be okay
some bad juju with the screwdriver.
So my favorite question so far has been, why are they called racers and not jockeys, especially since we run on horsepower?
Well... you'd have to ask the people who wrote the dictionary. You'd have to go and ask Oxford for that one.
Okay, I will.
But 1 horsepower is less than 1 horse.
What?
1 horse has more than 1 horsepower.
How many horses have a horse? What? How many?
1 horse is like 7 horsepower. It's a very confused. That's why we moved off that
system,
the imperial system. Yeah, we use kilowatts.
We do. It's probably
a horsepower
better.
sounds cool.
It sounds really cool until you have to have 7 horsepowers for 1 horse.
Yeah, until you start like doing the calculations.
Math.
Yeah,
that's when things get weird. What is your favorite F1 fact? Like that sounds fake. You're like, that doesn't sound real, but like it's real. It's cool. It's my favorite thing.
So this was back when they did Adelaide.
Okay.
It was, I think it was Senna and his team. I don't remember the exact drivers it was, but he released snakes.
What?
Into his room.
What?
Into his team as a joke. They got into a pranking war, and I'm sure one of the Formula One fans could probably tell me what the 2 names were. And I made a video about this, but they got into a pranking war, and he's released frogs in his room. And he spent all night collecting all the frogs. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I got all the frogs, And he goes, oh, did you catch a snake? There was no snake.
Oh, no.
But he told him, did you catch a snake? And so he didn't get much sleep that weekend.
Oh, no.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
But on the track, there was a race car driver, a Formula One driver, who did not qualify, did not start, did not finish, and... he got everything at once, like DNF, disqualified, did not finish, did not start, and did not qualify, all in one race because he didn't qualify in qualifying, which means you're not allowed to race without approval. But he just snuck in. Oh my God. And because it was so long ago, they weren't. No, so he just started the race. And so on the timing sheet, it says he didn't finish, didn't start, didn't qualify, and he got disqualified. It was very funny.
That just feels like a meme. That feels so spiteful to be like, no, I'm going to go I'm going to do my race. I've got this. If you were designing your own car, who would be your sponsorship lineup? Your ideal?
Oh. Well, my whole branding is like pirate based for gaming, and it's like the Armada, and so surely Armada plastic bags and like paper plates would be the title sponsor.
Yes, of course.
I feel like that would be a great title sponsor.
10 out of 10. And Red Bull. I can see you like, yep, a real one, and like, here we go. That is amazing. Okay. This is the one I had to ask our friends to ask. I was like, is this offensive?
Yep.
They said no, but who would win in a race? You, Max Verstappen, or someone's nan with a trolley?
Okay, that's an interesting. The trolley definitely wouldn't win.
What do you mean? We got some aggressive nans out there.
Now, me on the simulator, I have to have all the assists on because I cannot for the life of me work out how to drive without ABS. And my throttle control is terrible.
Oh no. So
if it's a straight line, maybe I've got a chance.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, Verstappen is first corner, I'm in the wall.
Oh no.
That's 100% first corner. I've spun out. I'm in the gravel into the wall and I'm out.
Is Verstappen known as someone who's not a good driver?
No. Verstappen is known as like arguably the best driver of the generation.
Okay. Someone just hates him then for this question. Someone was like, hey, I really want to mess him up. Like,
no, Verstappen is considered one of, if not the best driver of the current grid. He
8 wins?
So Hamilton's an 8-time world champion.
Okay, yeah.
Verstappen's a 4 times. He's won the last 4 years.
Yeah.
But he's just very consistent. He takes it one race at a time. And he's won more. So they call it the ground effect era, which is where the wind goes under the car and sticks it to the ground.
Yeah.
He's won more races in this period of time, I think it started in 2019, than any other racer combined.
Oh, wow.
So he's won more than 50% of the races.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's a really good driver, and people just believe that their nan might be able to beat him. Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
There are a lot of people don't like him because of how he comes across in media, because he doesn't like the media attention.
Well, that's fair.
So he comes across very blunt, but all the other drivers will tell you he's like the best.
Yeah. Like if someone's got a camera in your face all the time, you're like, I'm just here to do my sports, guys.
Yeah, exactly. He's just there to do his job.
Yeah.
And he loves racing.
So I just came here to work.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have a favorite route? You're like, is it a route or is it a map or a circuit?
Circuit.
Okay.
I do love Albert Park.
Okay.
But as an Australian, I feel like it's a bit biased. I would love to go to the Dutch Grand Prix.
Yeah.
The last one is next year. It's going to be the last ever.
Okay.
Zandvoort is a fantastic circuit. Otherwise, that's kind of sticking around. Monza. I love Monza.
Yeah.
Like,
where is Monza?
Monza is in Italy.
Okay.
In Monza.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was like, I think I know this, but I'm gonna double check.
But it's known as the Temple of Speed.
Ooh.
And it is the fastest track on the circuit. Like this year's Grand Prix lasted an hour, 14 minutes.
Whoa.
So it's the shortest Grand Prix ever raced.
How long is the usual Grand Prix?
They allocate 2 hours, but usually it's around sometimes 140, 130. It depends on a few factors, like how long the track is.
Yeah.
The distance is always the same. They always, I think it's 500 Ks.
The shape can be different, but the distance will stay the same.
Yeah, the distance of the overall race will always be the same or close to the same. But some tracks are longer than others. Some tracks are more dangerous. If there's any yellow flags or safety cars where people have to slow down, that obviously slows down the race. But yeah, there's a lot of factors, but usually it's between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, I thought this was a lot longer. I thought this was like a whole day sport.
It is.
Yes.
So there's different sessions.
Okay.
So on the Friday, so Thursday's media day, so there's no racing.
Yep.
Friday they'll do practice 1 and practice 2, unless it's a sprint weekend.
Okay.
Then they'll do a sprint qualifying.
What is a sprint weekend?
So sprint weekend there's 2 races. So there's a sprint race, which is a super short one that usually only goes for about an hour. And then there's the real race.
Okay.
So on a normal weekend, you've got practice 1, 2, 3, qualifying, and then the race.
Yep.
In a sprint weekend, you've got practice 1, sprint qualifying, sprint qualifying, and then the race.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so they get less practice time.
Okay. This makes sense. It does make sense, but it's also like,
Yeah, so it's Friday. There's 2 sessions every day.
2 sessions every day.
Except for the Sunday, that's just the race.
That's just, okay.
Yeah.
So you go to media day, qualify in, than
Yeah, so
actual
media
race.
day, practice day, Friday, unless it's sprint. Saturday is final practice and qualifying. And then Sunday's just the race.
Do you know how they find the racers for this? Is it like a college of racers and they get to go pick one? Like,
Yeah, so there's F2.
oh, yep.
So F2 is like F1, except all the cars are the same
Mhm.
and it's focused on the drivers.
Yes.
So F2, the driver can like make changes to the car, but all of their engines are exactly the same, made by the same company, even playing field.
Yep.
F1 is very much not that. If you are world champion in F2,
Yep.
you cannot compete again. So you
Oh.
have to go to F1, or some go to the endurance series if they don't get an F1 seat, or they go to IndyCar. Like there's a whole bunch of other places they can
Yeah.
go, but they can't race F2 again.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's so a lot of teams have academies.
Mm-hmm.
So Red Bull has an academy team in F2. They watch the drivers. They're expecting to bring one up for next year.
Yep.
McLaren has an academy, but yeah, most of them get them from academy. Sometimes it'd be like Cadillac pulled two very well-known races for their new team next year. So they've got Perez, who used to race for Red Bull before he was dropped, and then Bottas, who is the Mercedes reserve driver at the moment.
Yeah. Very cool.
So yeah, it depends on how much money the team has, how big the team is. But if they're like a lower down order team, they'll get them from F2, or sometimes they'll pull someone over from IndyCar.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Have you ever yelled box, box, box unironically?
Yes.
What does it mean?
So box is to come into the pits, change tires, retire, come into the pit because it's a pit box. It comes from the German word, which for pit stop, which is box and stop.
Okay, yeah.
So box, it's very clear over the radio because there's very clear enunciation. And that's just, that's the term they use for all motorsports.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Little fun fact.
I was like, wow, I don't know what I'm asking him, but I'm asking him.
Yeah, I did do a video on that, and I got a lot of people like, actually, that's not right. And then I had some German people be like, as a German, I had no idea you guys didn't know that.
Oh.
So yeah, it was very, but yeah, there was a lot of people telling me I was wrong, and then the Germans were saying, no, he's right.
Hell yeah, you're like, I'm vindicated, guys.
Yeah.
It's fine. What is the most unhinged thing you've heard yelled at a screen or you've yelled at a screen?
This season, a lot of profanities at Zach Brown.
Oh no.
Especially when I'm watching with the boys who very much hate Zach Brown because he keeps messing up Piastri. But we do cheer a fair bit when pit crews get a really fast stop. Doesn't matter who it is, because we just like to see how quick they are.
That's fair.
And then we are screaming in disappointment when that slow pit stop ends up as Piastri's.
Oh no.
But a lot of cheering when it's Norris.
Hell yeah. Okay, so it's like 4 people on a pit crew, right? No, more.
There's a lot of pit crew.
Okay.
So you've got usually two for each tire. Mm-hmm. You've got a front jack and a back jack.
Okay.
So the jacks lift the car up.
Yep.
One person takes the tire off. Yeah, while the other one so unscrew, he goes back, person takes it off.
Yeah.
Puts it on screw. So 2 to 3 per tire. Some pit teams are bigger. Like they've obviously got other people inside. Yeah. But yeah, the teams are quite large.
This is going to be a pretty dumb question. I'm aware of what I'm asking. The tread on the tires runs out really fast. Is that made so?
It's intentional, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so there's no tread on the tire except for the intermediates and the wet tires for rain.
Yep.
They're completely smooth. But Pirelli makes all the tires in a very specific way to degrade at varying speeds. So the hard tire lasts the longest but is the slowest.
Yes.
Medium tire is a balance. Soft lasts the shortest but is the fastest.
Yes.
But yeah, Pirelli could very much make a tire that would last an entire race. No worries.
Yeah.
But obviously Formula One wants it to be exciting. They want strategy and pit stops. So they have a very specific sort of a degradation threshold to meet. So a soft tire, like on this track at this temperature, which is the usual temperature, should last between they should have to pit between laps 12 and 18.
Yeah.
And then the hard tire would maybe go to 30. Like it all depends. Sometimes, like last week in Singapore, a few drivers took the soft tire to like 40, 50 laps,
Whoa.
which is very unusual.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do degrade at a certain, and as they degrade, the grip starts to suffer. They have to slow down, not take corners as hard. Otherwise, they will slide straight off.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, this feels counterintuitive.
Yeah, no, it is very intentional.
Okay, well, it makes sense. You'd want something more than just we can go fast. You want strategy.
Yeah,
you want
exactly.
gameplay. It's makes sense.
Yeah.
Who would play you in an F1 movie if you were to be a character? Like, have you driven a race car?
No.
Would you? Like, if a brand right now is like, hey, we want to put you in a race car.
I feel like I'd do a hot lap.
Yeah.
Like as a passenger.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd drive it.
That's fair.
Maybe V8s because V8s or like GTs, they do have like that traction control ABS where Formula One does not.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe like if I had to drive a Formula car, I reckon I would not be able to drive any higher than Formula 4.
Fair.
Like the slower.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty intense cars. Like it's
Like the G4, especially on Formula 1, the G-force is insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'd be a passenger princess.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yes. Okay.
Like
cool.
if you had a professional V8 driver in the driving seat and I was in the passenger seat, sure thing. Or a professional like GT driver in like a hypercar or a supercar. Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe not going, 200 Ks an hour round a corner. But
no. But
I would manage to keep my pants white.
Okay, I can see that. That's fun. I personally, I wouldn't drive it myself.
No.
I once went in the passenger princess seat of the Batmobile, and that was fast enough for me.
That sounds cool.
It was for like a hot second, and then I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, okay, can I get out now? Like, a very cool experience, but also very like, couldn't get very fast in the mean streets of Sydney anyway, so.
No, not with all that traffic.
No. Especially we were in like right in this every day, so. Yeah. Are there any races coming up that you're really excited about?
Austin is this week.
Austin, Texas?
Yeah, Texas. Okay. Yeah, that should be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But last race of the season is Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And at the rate we're going, it could be still like a DNF could stop someone from getting the world championship because it is very close at the moment. Like Oscar's 22 points clear of Lando, and then Verstappen's maybe 20 or 30 points behind him.
Okay. Amazing.
So
that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's very close because he's 60 points behind or 61 points behind Piastri, Verstappen, and he's sort of making a last-second comeback.
Mm-hmm. As one does. Leslie again. Oh, the champagne thing. I know a lot of athletes do it, but the most I've seen it is in F1.
Yes.
What is that about? Is that just we did it, we're excited?
Yeah, it's just an excited thing. The major sponsor sponsors the champagne.
Oh,
so it's,
okay.
Moe and Shandon.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say it. They sponsor they're like the champagne sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a couple controversies with it, especially at Singapore.
Yeah.
The CEO of Petronas sort of joined in, which is totally normal. He was given the constructor's trophy.
Yeah.
But because he's Muslim, he's not supposed to be around the alcohol.
Okay. Yeah.
And so he kind of made a public apology, making it very clear he didn't drink it.
Yeah.
But it's still, it was still a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just a celebration. They've always done it sort of in motorsports. I'm not 100% sure where it originated from. But yeah, it is all the sponsor.
Very
so they
nice.
get a thing at the end of every race.
Very
so it's a good sponsorship spot.
Yeah. I was always wondering. I was like, I see it most here. I know it's come into a couple of the sports, but I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's a very motorsport thing.
I just feel like it would be so sticky afterwards. You'd be like, yay, I'm sweaty and now I'm sticky. And
Well, the race suits don't get reused, so.
Oh, okay. So they don't wash them?
Oh.
Oh, they just.
No, because they're like fireproof and like safety regulations.
True. Okay. Yeah.
They have a race suit, a different one for every session.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you can buy the old ones.
Is there like a backup driver?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So every team has a reserve.
Yeah.
For the reserve to step in, the obviously main driver would have to be not there.
Yeah.
But the reserve driver has to do qualifying.
Okay.
So early in the season, Aston Martin, one of their drivers was hurt. He couldn't race in the main race, but he did qualifying.
Yeah.
So they only had one car that race
Okay.
because the reserve driver didn't qualify.
Okay.
The reserve driver's pay depends on who they're the reserve driver for. So like a Mercedes reserve driver is getting paid a lot more than say a Kick Sauber reserve driver because they're one of the lower order teams. But yeah, they all have at least one.
Say something happens to the mid race, the reserve able to jump in? Okay, so it's literally
mid race you're out, retired, did not finish.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. I thought they might have been able to jump in on the spot. No, because then that could be cheating.
Well, it's because the car has to be set up for the main driver. So like different heights, different pedal length. But yeah,
there's a whole lot of logistics that go into these cars for very specific people.
Yeah.
Is there a height restriction?
There isn't.
Okay.
But it can make it difficult. So the taller you are, the harder it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, to fit in the car. There was a time years ago where one of the super tall drivers didn't actually fit in the car.
Oh no.
So they had to take out all of the padding on the seat.
Yeah.
So he was essentially that far from the actual ground. Yeah. And he said he remembers he was speaking to Adrian Newey, who is one of the most famous engineers in Formula One.
Amazing.
And there was a nail, like a bolt underneath the seat that was getting red hot because the car scrapes against the ground. Yeah. And the plank of wood just starts to heat up as they scrape against the ground. Yeah. And he got out of the car and he had a massive blister the size of the bolt on his butt because he was sitting essentially on red hot carbon fiber.
Yeah. Oh.
And they did work it out. They worked out a way to get him in the car without. But yeah, there's not many tall drivers.
No, I noticed. I was like, okay, is this kind of like jockeys where it's not a requirement, but there is a like being.
Yeah, it helps being smaller.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if there's any deep lore or just like random stories, which that would be one of them. just like, hey, so one time at band camp. Has there been any other stories that come to mind that you're like, wow? Yeah.
George Russell said he struggled to fit in the car when he wasn't replacing Hamilton because now there's a rule where they have to give their rookie drivers a shot in practice sessions. Okay. So it's twice per year per team.
Yep.
But yeah, Russell was saying that he would fit into Hamilton's car, no worries, because Hamilton's reasonably tall. But Bottas is sort of like just trying to get in, because Bottas is a bit smaller.
Yeah. Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that if someone was new to this, you'd be like, hey, this is where I would start watching this, or like, this is what I would?
Drive to Survive. A lot of people get into it through Drive to Survive because they sort of get to meet the drivers and see all the behind the scenes stuff. But if you're just trying to get into it, like you want to get into sport, you don't want to watch the reality TV, watch a sprint race.
Okay.
Because it's almost like short form racing.
Yay!
So it's like 15 laps, sometimes a little more. It goes for maybe half an hour.
Yeah. Okay, very fun. Very easy, accessible.
Yeah, half an hour to an hour. But yeah, and the race is very simple. Whoever's in the lead wins. It's not like a lap time kind of thing.
Okay, I can get behind that.
But yeah, it's just whoever's in the lead.
What race do you think would stuff up the most drivers in Mario Kart? Like
Mario Kart?
Yeah, if we put real races in Mario Kart, they would be like, oh no.
Monaco.
Yeah.
Monaco, because it's through the streets of Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
It's one of the most iconic tracks, but it's also one of the most boring races to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's super thin and the current massive cars you can't really overtake.
Yeah.
And there's the hairpin, the Monaco hairpin, which the F1 cars go around at like 40 k's an hour because it is so tight.
Oh my
God. It's basically a 180.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Monaco would stuff the most people up.
Love it. 10 out of 10. Is there a game that you're like, this is pretty accurate? I know there's F1 games, but like...
Yeah. Well, F1 25 is... I mean, that's the F1 game. But you can't get much more accurate than iRacing.
Yep.
A lot of people don't play Formula 1 in iRacing. They're more like the lower tiers Formula 4 because it's a little more competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, iRacing, you got to pay a subscription.
Yeah.
But that's what all, like, you see Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, they all play iRacing on their simulators.
Oh, so that's a real thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
a lot of them stream too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. I didn't know that. I've seen them do like the VR type style.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, let's.
But yeah, they'll do like in their free time. simulator races on iRacing.
Just to get better at it.
Yeah, just to keep. They enjoy it.
Yeah, there's a lot of I've seen them do exercises in order to keep their reflex like really, really quick.
Yeah,
which is always very fun to watch. Just in a general sense, to be like, okay, what are you doing to keep your like both sides of your brain actively going?
yeah.
But yeah,
I like the neck.
the neck.
Workouts they do. So they'll
What is
like
that one?
they'll have like a chair and they'll rest their head on the chair and sort of like sideways plank and use their neck to hold them up.
Oh my god!
So they'll do it on a chair, they'll do it on a bed, or they'll have like the thing, and they'll have their trainer pulling their head back while they try and keep it in place.
Is that due to the fact that if you're going at such speeds?
Yeah, the G4, yeah. Because if your head knocks around, not only is it bad for your neck, but the weight of the car shifts.
True.
So they got to keep it straight.
I didn't even know that neck training was a thing.
Yep. They got very thick necks. Someone said I look like Charles Leclerc without neck training, and I took that as a compliment. I mean, I'll take you want to say I look like Charles Leclerc, I will absolutely take that.
Hell yeah!
Like that man is
what a beautiful
he is the
man.
most handsome man in Formula One. I'm 100% taking that as a compliment.
Yes.
I don't care if you're making fun of my tiny neck. I don't need a thick neck. I don't race Formula One.
No, passenger princess, and that's what you got. Like that's all we're doing here today.
Exactly.
If someone was to be like, "Wow, Jack, you're my new hyperfixation," where would they find you?
They can find me at Jack Buzza on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and then YouTube. I've got Jack Buzza TikTok because my old channel YouTube can't take Jack Buzza away from it.
Oh no,
because it's a legacy thing. And then my motorsport content is Jack Buzza F1 or more Jack Buzza on TikTok, but it is linked in my main account.
That is amazing.
JackBuzza.com.
JackBuzza.com. And everything will be linked in the bio. So if you want to click on his links, they're all there. I'm your new hyperfixation. I'm Alaura. I go by Alaura Biting Citizen. I feel like you guys would know this.
You'd hope so.
I would hope so, but maybe they've just gone on Spotify and been like, what should we listen to today?
That's true.
And they're like, wow, who are these people? And we go, we don't even know. Please know that I love you, adore you, I wish the best things for you. There are more episodes linked in the description, so maybe check them out, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye! Thank you so much for listening to Invitation to Hyperfixation. Again, I'm your host, Alaura, and I'm very, very grateful for you being here. This is a limited series podcast with about 10 episodes total, one episode dropping each week. You can find this week's guests' socials linked down below, all the links to them along with my own. If you love the episode and wanted to share your own hyperfixation, I would genuinely love to hear from you, so please feel free to comment, share, email, or DM me. I can't wait to hear from you, and please feel free to follow along so you don't miss an episode. Please know that I love you, I adore you, I wish the best things for you. Drink your sky juice, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!